Hey guys, it's Samantha the Card Girl here. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight I have my top 10 recommended decks for advanced readers because I had already done my top 10 recommended decks for beginners. So like last time, these are in no particular order, so I'm just going to go ahead and read them for you. I have the Muse Tarot as the first one on my list, and I chose this. Oh, this one flies out. Because they are so non-traditional, they're collage style. I chose them because they're the suits have been renamed. So voices are swords. Sorry. Cups are emotions. Is that? Nope, that's not upside down. Some of the cards titles are down here and some are up here. Let's see. Pentacles are materials. And let's see if I can find the wands. Yep, right here. Wands are inspiration. So as you can see, these cards are very beautiful, very, very non-traditional. I think these are fantastic for intuitive readers. And they almost have a more oracle vibe to them because of how different they are. Another thing that sets these guys apart are their kings. All of the kings are this way. Landscape, is it, instead of this way? Definitely unique. I don't have anything like this that does this in my collection. I'm not going to do full walkthroughs because I do have 10 decks, as I said, to show you. And that would be a lot. But if you see one that you want a full walkthrough of, let me know, comment below, and I can make that happen, okay? I will show a few more just because these cards are absolutely stunning. And the backs of these are by far the prettiest backs of any of the decks that I own. Look at how gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? Just stunning, stunning images. But for a new reader who doesn't know meanings yet, you would not be able to pull the meanings from these cards like you would a traditional Rider-Waite or a Rider-Waite clone. Okay, so that was the Muse Tarot. Next up is the Antique Anatomy Tarot. And book was in here upside down. Okay. I chose this one mostly because it's a pip style. These are the backs. I love this one for springtime. So elixirs are cups. Blades are swords. So the suits have also been renamed. Oops, that made it worse, didn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, look how cool. I love these images. Oops, sorry. Pentacles are coins. I'll just show you some of the majors here. Sorry for the glare. I think this is an awesome deck to read with in not only the spring but the autumn as well, just because you have the flowers but you also have the skeletons, and it's a little macabre there. I mean, you got some of the full body, but then like the meaty part, and then it goes into that. All right, let's see. We did blades. Oh, all right. So wands are rods. Yeah. look at, they're fun. They're really, really fun. But again, this is one where if you don't know the general meanings, or at least even a key word for some of the cards, you're going to look at all these cups and say, what? Or all of these elixirs, rather, and say, I have no idea what that means. Nowhere in the card or in the image would it mean, how many is that? Eight of cups. This doesn't say walking away, you know, or leaving behind what no longer serves, and all that, all those traditional meanings that these cards hold. So that's why this is on my list for advanced readers. Get the book back in here. Okay. Next up, I have the Trick or Tarot. That's fuzzy, isn't it? And I chose this because it's also a collage style, much like the Muse Tarot. And some of the cards are renamed too, so that can definitely throw you off. They're really fun. Trick or Tarot, obviously it's a Halloween, vintage Halloween style deck. These are the backs. Look at how fun these are. Oops. I love like the gated borders too. Eon. That's one of the ones where they changed the name. Some of the cards do follow a Rider-Waite imagery. Most don't. So again, unless you have some idea of the keyword and what the card means, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But the images are so fun. I feel like some of these have a lot going on in them too, and that can kind of take away and almost make it hard to learn from. Alright, so that's my Trick or Tarot. I apologize if that in and out of focus is driving you guys nuts. It's driving me nuts. Just want to get these guys packed away because I do have one more video to make after this for my paranormal channel, so bear with me. The fourth deck that I have on my list is the Guardian Tarot, and I chose this one because it's just very non-traditional. These are the backs. Super gloss. You see that? I know I featured this a few times. So it features these tree-like people with no eyes. Some of the cards, you can see the meaning in them, but for the most part, not really. But look how beautiful they are. The images are, or the colors are very, very vibrant. Okay, here's a good example, the Two of Pentacles here. If you didn't know that this meant balancing, juggling finances, you know, that kind of thing, it doesn't really show it in here. So how would you know? I think this would make a better oracle than tarot. Ouch. Because I feel like you could really pull intuitively, you know, especially with how bright and beautiful these colors are. You know, what do you get from the colors? What does it mean for you? And go with that to do readings with these. They're so cool. I love this world card too. Okay. Alright, so that is the Guardian Tarot. Next up is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed. And this is one of the ones that I was just re-gifted, I guess you could say, because this is the third time in my collection. Again, these are super high gloss. They're more oracle in size. They're more oracle in imagery as well. They have been renamed to the elements. So Earth would be Pentacles. Fire would be Wands. Water would be Cups. Let me see if I can find a well, look at that. There's Temptation. My friend Angela had Temptation earlier in her reading. I think it's funny that it just happens to come up as I'm flipping through. They also have some renamed, like Patience. And so, like, if you don't know what is in what order as far as tarot goes, how would you know what Patience is substituted for? You know, like, what's the 14th card? I don't know. All right, so we did Earth. I'm trying to find... Okay, so for Swords... For Swords, it's air, which it must be getting late. My brain is starting to not want to work because I should know that. But I mean, you see how beautiful these images. They really are stunning. But I feel like this would just be a better oracle, drawing from the emotion and the cards and the images themselves and what stands out to you, because there's a lot going on in these. Alright, so that's the Good Tarot. Gosh. Alright, so next on the list is my deck from Spirit Halloween. So again, this is the 2019 and 2020 season because they did not make a new one for this year. And I chose this one because, first of all, it has no book. A lot of the cards don't portray what the meanings of the cards actually are. So if you don't know tarot, how would you know? There's nothing to associate them with. Like, for example, the Pegasus here, 8 of Swords. Traditionally, the 8 of Swords is feeling trapped, like mentally, like your brain cannot think of a way out of whatever situation it is that you're in. And it can start to cause not only mental stress, but emotional and physical stress and health issues as well. But this, I mean, she's not trapped. This Pegasus is flying free. So I feel like with some of these images, they just slapped an image on and called it good. But there's no book to help you with it. So I don't think that's very good. Now, that being said, some of the cards do make sense, like the 8 of Wands here. Eight of Wands is a lot happening, a lot going on, which, I mean, you have this dragon with all these heads and things are happening rather fast. It's attacking. This person down here is trying to fight it off. So this is definitely more accurate as far as the meaning goes. So if you know tarot a little bit, you might get it. But overall, it definitely fits in my category for advanced readers. Let's see, next I have selected the Fountain Tarot. Such a beautiful deck. And I selected this because it's also non-traditional. It has a spare card, which is the Fountain, and I think others are renamed too. The suits are the same at least, but there are these really beautiful watercolor pastel. These are the backs. This is a very traditional image with the guy defending behind wands being pointed at him. But let's see if I can find one. Let's see. All right, we'll just take this for example, Seven of Cups. If you don't know any of the keywords, how would you understand that this is choices? Seven of Cups is all about choices to make. In a traditional deck, there would be different things in these cups, and the figure would be looking at it or questioning them. But here you just have a woman surrounded by cups. Yeah, and you can see the expression on her face. She looks a little frazzled, like, what do I do? But if you don't know tarot, how are you going to make that connection? You know what I mean? These cards are absolutely stunning, though. That's a cool one. They're all cool. Who am I kidding? All right, so that's the Fountain Tarot. We're actually getting through these fairly quickly. I'm surprised. All right, next on my list is the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I chose this one because it's an animal deck for starters, so it's very non-traditional. And the book does not help. The book does not have traditional tarot meanings in them. So that does not make it easy. And I was still learning tarot when I bought this deck. So I actually wrote down at the bottom what it was, because I also couldn't read Roman numerals, and then what the keywords are, just to help me. Some are more self-explanatory, like that's the Tower. These are harder images. I mean, that's a little gross. There's something about them. I don't know. This is such a cool deck. It's interesting how some images are fully black and white, while others have pops of color here and there. Oh, it's a beautiful deck. I find this is a deck with masculine energy, so I like reading with this for male clients. These are also kind of pip-in style too, which again doesn't help. Because with the seven of wands here, you have that fire in the center, but 7 wands. So what do you do with that if you don't know the meanings? Alright, so that is the Wild Unknown Tarot. Alright. Next I chose the Raven's Prophecy. Oop. Oh, alright. Yeah, they were perfectly neat in there. These are the backs. Alright, so these ones are also very, a lot of them are non-traditional, just an image that I feel like you could literally cut the big bottom off with the words and just use it as a really cool intuitive oracle deck with nothing to them, and just let your intuition fly with these, what comes when you look at the images, you know? They're beautiful. I love the style, the artwork, how it was done. They're so cool. It's a pretty one. I like that world card. Four of Wands. Here's a good example. So if you didn't know that the Four of Wands was celebration and happiness generally, how would you get that from this? I look at these candles and I think peace, I think reflection, I think rest. So yeah, definitely a different deck. So that was the my gosh, the Raven's Prophecy Tarot. Next on my list is the Shadowscapes Tarot. And I chose this because I think they are very busy, and that takes away from trying to wrap your head around the images or remembering them. They are beautiful. I actually trimmed mine because I just didn't like the borders to them, and they fit my hands better this way. But okay. They are absolutely beautiful cards. I love that water color art style. I wish, like, all right, so yes, I trimmed them, and I do like the size, but I wish that they were oracle size, because I feel like with how much is in these, like all the detail, you need a bigger card, you know? You just need a bigger card. And I know the check version, they are bigger, and they're gilded in gold, I believe, on the sides, but they're in check. So that really wouldn't help you either if you were just learning tarot. Alright guys, that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this. Sorry about all the in and out of focuses. Let me know what you think. Do you have any in your collections that you would consider for advanced readers that maybe I haven't shown here? Let me know, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!